Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 8 with the Buffalo Sabres. We are about to start year number 2. As always, if you have enjoyed year number 1, drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and that is all I will say about that. Our off-season acquisitions, we picked up a new goalie in Kevin Lankinen, paired him with the rookie Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Lots of Ks. Kevin Lankinen, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. The Ks are wild in Buffalo in goal. We picked up Alex Goligoski to be a 7th defenseman. Or initially to be a 6th defenseman, but then we traded for Oscar Klefbom, so he will be our 6th defenseman. So we've got Bryson Klefbom, newly signed Owen Power, Rasmus Dahlin, John Klingberg, who we picked up at the trade deadline last year, and Henry Jokiharju as our top 6. The forward line, most of the acquisitions were, we only had one. We called up Jack Quinn. And that's really about it. So Eichel will be, we're hoping for that internal improvement, right? Out of some of the young players like Dylan Cousins or continued improvement from Shaw and Middlestat and Asplund and Kubalik, who we picked up at the trade deadline last year. So we are going to, I think we're just going to let the AI create the lines for now. And we'll sim through the preseason, and when we get to the regular season, we'll reset everything. And I don't think this is gonna be a super long episode. We will get through the preseason. We will set our lines. We'll set our rosters. Maybe we play opening day just to let it, or we watch opening day, and then we just kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and sim to opening night. We got a couple weeks to go there. And depending on how long this takes, I may pause. In fact, I will pause. I'm going to pause, and I will come back at opening day. Be right back. All right, we're back a couple days before the season starts. We've got a bunch of players on waivers. So is there anybody here that we want to make a run at that might make our team better in the immediate? Rasmussen doesn't look like a bad gamble. Good physically. Isaac Ratcliffe, no. Eero Vakanainen from the Bruins. We could pick up another defenseman. Not that you can never have too much talent, right? That's sort of the thing. A lot of 2.5-star players on waivers right now. And what would we need if we were going to pick somebody up off waivers? I mean, seriously, what would we need? I mean, we've got 23 players dressed. We've got our 7th defenseman. We've got our 2 forwards. Where are we light? I mean, I guess we're a little light defensively down in Rochester. But how does that affect us on the big club? I mean, we can't send Goligoski down. So, I mean, we can send Barré-Boulet down, who's not particularly good. 14, 12, 13, 14. I think we'd have to place him on waivers. So maybe if there's a forward out there who's better than him, we can pick him up as that 14th forward maybe. So let's filter this. Let's take out your defensemen and your goalies, and let's look at forwards. Yeah, that narrows things down a bit. So Rasmussen right off the bat is better than Barré-Boulet. You can tell he's got offensive ratings. He's physical. He's pretty good defensively. So Rasmussen, I think, might be a solid pickup. Anybody else here? Mackenzie Entwistle. He's only 13. He's only 23. Similar to Dylan Cousins. What does it say about... Because I'm leaning towards Rasmussen. I like the physicality. Plays the same way Jack Eichel does. Would be one of the better players on most teams in our league. I think Rasmussen might be the guy, but let's take a quick look at what else is out there. He's also the most developed. Matthew Phillips. Dennis Alexiev. Thomas Noshek. Yakov Trenin. Christian Fisher. He's going to provide a lot defensively. Yeah, I like Christian Fisher. And he's pretty solid across the board. His offensive ratings aren't quite as good, but he's stellar defensively. So if we have to make a move and bring in another forward, I wouldn't feel bad about sticking Fisher in the lineup. So let's claim him. Let's see if we get him. Let's sim ahead a day. If we get him, we'll stick him in the lineup. We'll send Barré Boulet down. Let's just get to the next day. Again, sim engine's not the fastest thing in the world, but that's okay. All right, so did we get him? We indeed got him. Excellent. All right, so a lot of players on waivers. We'll take a look at that mail in a second. We go to rosters. We got to send Barré Boulet down. Place him on waivers. I'm fine if somebody takes him. Fisher may actually end up starting over Bjork, because Bjork is 13, 14, 14, 13. Fisher's 13. Yeah, Fisher's just better than Anders Bjork. Yeah, I mean, they're both pretty good defensively. They're both pretty physical. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. And we will get up to, let's get back up to opening night. Morgan Geekie, huh? No, stop. We don't need to keep claiming players. We don't need to keep claiming players. We don't have room for anybody. All right, so we're at the 9th, and we will start simming here. So when's our first game? Our first game is... Wait, the season starts on the 9th, but our first game isn't until the 16th? All right, well, I'm just going to sim up to the 16th, and I will be back in a moment. So a couple of really quick clips right off the start here. All right, we're back. It is opening day, opening night. I don't know what time we're playing at, but we're taking on the Colorado Avalanche. We did make one more waiver claim. I just couldn't pass him up, being the Bruins fan I am. The Bruins put Jack Studnicka on waivers, and I scooped him up. A very, very good offensive player. Doesn't really have any defensive ratings, but very, very good offensively, pretty physical, extremely fast. I think he will be a nice addition to our team. So that being said, we now have 19 players. I think Christian Fisher will be that 20th skater, and our backup forwards for right now. Actually, I think Studnicka makes more sense over Quinn. And if that's the case, do we send Quinn to the minors? I think for now we'll leave him up here and hopefully just let him develop on the big league roster, I guess. So we got to set our lines. Excuse me. So we're gonna go with Olofsson, Eichel, and Cousins, just like we had last year. Our second line: Kubalik, Middlestat, and who do we want as our? Last year it was Okposo. I don't think I'm prepared to put him on the second line. I kind of want to put Jack Studnicka on that second line and run Middlestat, Kubalik, and Studnicka and just see what type of scoring we can get out of those guys. Christian Fisher will be in here. I think Fisher's going to go on the third line with Shaw and Asplund. And then our fourth line will be Skinner, Ruotsalainen, and Okposo. That's a really good fourth line. Let's make sure all of our ratings are set correctly. Yeah, we're good there. So two playmakers going along with the sniper and Eichel. Second line, Kubalik as a power forward. Middlestat is fine as the counterattacker. And Studnicka as a sniper, I think is probably his best. Yep. Third line, Mason Shaw. As a 15 playmaker, I'll take it. Asplund is a two-way forward. Yep. And Fisher is a grinder. It's probably his best rating, right? Yeah, best rating. Yep. Really, really good defensively. And then on the third line, we got Ruotsalainen. Let's have him set as a playmaker. Okposo as a power forward is fine. And Skinner, let's go Dangler. We have a defensively sound Kylo Okposo on that line. So Olofsson, Eichel, Cousins, Kubalik, Middlestad, Studnicka, Asplund, Shaw, Fisher, Skinner, Ruotsalainen, and Okposo. I don't want two quarterbacks as my top pairing, so we'll have Dahlin as a two-way, Klingberg as a quarterback, Clefbaum and Yoki Haru. Is that what I want to do? Or do we want to put Clefbaum? No, I think this is probably fine. But Bryson not as a quarterback. Have him as a shutdown. So we have a defensive defenseman out there with the young Owen Power. Is crease clearing the best? He'll be stay at home. So it's going to be a pretty defensive-heavy third pairing, which I think is fine. Our second pairing is pretty solid. You get the young Yoki Haru with the veteran Clefbaum. Power play, Kubalik, Eichel, Cousins, Klingberg, and Power. I don't want to do that. We'll get Skinner on the second line, Kubalik here, Olofsson here. And who do we, excuse me, who do we want as Olofsson, Ruotsalainen, Middlestat? I think we put Middlestat out there. Yeah, that works. That works for me. I might be going a little heavy on the Jack Studnicka love, but again, as a Bruins fan, it's just something that I do. The second line will be Shaw and Kubalik on the 4-on-3. We will get Olofsson out there, and we will get Studnicka out there with Dahlin. Penalty kill. Cousins. Fisher out there with Middlestad as our top pairing. Asplund and Olofsson, Eichel and Okposo. I'm fine with that. No, we're going to go here and here. Clefbaum and Dahlin. Klingberg and Dyson. Yoki Haru and Power. We will actually play them less on that third pairing. Fisher and Middlestat. Clefbaum. Actually, I think I'll leave the 3-on-5 like that, and then we'll put Fisher out there like that. 4-on-4, Eichel and Cousins, Kubalik and Middlestat, Dahlin, Klingberg, Clefbaum, Yoki Haru. That looks good to me. Goalie starts. We're going to start the goalie some, but our starting goalie is Lankinen. He is our starting goalie. Alternate goalies in back-to-back games. Start the hottest goalie. That works. And I think we can save. Save lines. Initial lines. 2022. Not 2011. 2022. All right. So I think our roster is ready. And I think it's time to play game one against the Avalanche. So we've got our line set. They're going with Justice Anunen in goal. We're going with Pekka Luukkonen, really. Okay. And we will set the options. We will set this to just goals. I think we'll just look at goals. And let's go. Oh, I guess I got to hit play, right? Mason Shaw goes for high sticking. Cale Makar goes for hooking. Nazem Kadri, a 5-minute major. More penalties, and is this going to be us or them? Here we go. An opportunity for us. From the point, on the power play, the first goal of the year. John Klingberg from Olofsson and Cousins gives us a 1-0 lead. We're still on the man advantage. Another opportunity or another power play goal. 2-on-1. Eichel buries that one. Jack Eichel with his first of the year from Cousins and Klingberg. And we are up 2-0 because of that major penalty. The Avs are going to get back into it here, I think. They do. Avalanche score to make it 2-1. McKinnon from Taves. And are we going to pick up a third goal here in the first period? We are. We are up 3-1. Dominik Kubalik from Middlestat and Studnicka. 3-1 going into the second period. Yeah, we'll just talk to Bryson. That's fine. Let's get the second period underway. Studnicka goes for hooking. And we are to the third, so we hold them scoreless in the second. And let's play game 3, or play the third period. Avalanche get the puck back. I think that's Mikko Rantanen, 96. Is that Rantanen? Yep, from Landeskog and McKinnon. So 3-2 now. Can we hold them off? And we do. We beat Colorado on opening night by the final score of 3-2. Klingberg, the number 1 star, a goal and an assist. McKinnon, a goal and assist. Cousins had 2 assists. So all of our scoring in the first period, we scored 2 on that major. Klingberg from Olofsson and Cousins. Eichel from Cousins and Klingberg. McKinnon would score. Kubalik from Middlestat and Studnicka. They would score in the third, and that would do it. So a good game for Eichel, good game for Ola. That top line was just phenomenal. All 3 of them had ratings at 80 or almost 80 or above. Luukkonen stopped 27 out of 29 against a very, very difficult Colorado Avalanche team. And we start our season 1-0. So let's go ahead and let's just sim a few games kind of live here. Maybe we'll sim through the end of October, and then we'll pause and look at stats, and we'll call it an episode here. So good start to the season. We get off early. Again, Sim Engine's not the fastest in the world, but we're up to the 18th. I don't know when our next game is. Tomorrow against Pittsburgh. Good starts from some of the teams in the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia 4-0, Carolina 3-0. Dennis Alexiev waived by the Kraken. Panarin out for how long? Doesn't say, 6 days. Getting rid of some contracts. All right, let's go ahead and sim this one. Game 2 of the season at Pittsburgh. 5-4 victory. So we're 2-0 out of the gate. We win this one in overtime. So Eichel picks up his second. We get down 2-1. Studnicka from Middlestat and Kubalik. We're down 3-2 after 2 periods. Clefbaum gets his first. Kapanen would score to make it 4-3. And then Jack Studnicka with his second goal of the night from Kubalik and Middlestat. And then in overtime, Cousins from Shaw and Clefbaum. So we win this one in OT. Studnicka with a 3-point game. So that waiver claim picking up already. Luukkonen gets another start. How is this set up? Does it have Luke? It shouldn't have him as our starter, does it? Creative class. Oh, it's because he's hot. All right, he's hot out of the gate. So let's go back here. Except they don't have it. We'll just leave it. We'll let the coaching staff make those day-to-day decisions. So we're 2-0 to start the season. Next game is tomorrow against the 3-0 Bruins. They knocked us out in the postseason last year, so looking for a little bit of revenge here. Let's see how this one goes. Can we beat the Bruins in Boston? We do. We blow them out. We win 5-1, and we lose Eichel. For how long? 3 weeks. Well, that sucks. All right, so Clefbaum has an assist. He's the number 1 star. Luukkonen stops 39 out of 40. Cousins has a goal and an assist. So Eichel scores shorthanded. Craig Smith ties it. And then we score 4 in the third. Okposo, Jokiharju, Kubalik, and Cousins. So Luukkonen plays really well. We lose Jack Eichel. We will get that sorted out in a moment. Before our next game, which is tomorrow against the Kraken. Back to our roster, and think we put Gergensons in for the defense. But we're not going to play him on the top line. I think we move Shaw up to the top line. I don't want Gergensons out there on the power play. So who do we go to? We go Rust. No, let's go Asplund. Let's get Asplund out there on the point. That's fine. All right, let's play this game against the Kraken. Let's see how can we improve to 4-0 on the season. So we take on the second year Seattle Kraken at home. We win 2-1. All right, so we get a goal from Skinner and a goal from Kubalik. So Kubalik in the second from Middlestat, Skinner his first from Okposo, and Rustalainen, and Luukkonen gets another start. He's 4-0 on the year. He's been fantastic to start the season for us. So we're tied for first, but we have 2 games in hand on Florida and Tampa Bay to start the year. Some rough starts out of some teams out west. Seattle 0-5, the Kings 0-5, the Coyotes 1-5, the Jets 1-5. The Eastern Conference is the cream of the crop so far this season. Trade between Philadelphia and Edmonton. Scott Lawton to the Oilers for a 3rd-round pick. Michael Bunting with 3 goals and an assist for the Maple Leafs. Speaking of the Maple Leafs, here we go. We have back-to-back at Toronto and at Washington. We're looking to move to 5-0 on the year. We win 1-0. Who got the start in this one? Luukkonen again, 25 for 25, gets the save. Only goal of the game, Middlestat from Studnicka and Yoki Haru. So, Pekka Luukkonen, 5-0 on the year. Cousins is now day-to-day. So now we're without... he's literally day-to-day, so we can start. Okay, he's fine. So Eichel's out. Oh, the months. 1 to 2 months. I thought that said weeks. That's a problem. All right, well, we'll keep going. It is the 29th. We're looking to improve to 6-0 on the year. Is Lankinen going to get a start, or are we just going to keep riding Luukkonen, and we win 3-2? Oh, he had a setback. Okay. So it was supposed to be a week or two, so he is going to be out for a while now. All right. Well, we win 3-2. Who got the start in the year? Luukkonen again. We're going to have to figure out a way to get Lankinen in the game. So Middlestat on the power play from Olofsson and Klingberg. Sprong for them. Gergensons would score his first from Bryson and Asplund. Studnicka would score his 3rd of the year in the 3rd. And we win. All right, let's get to the end of the month. A good start to the season. Couldn't have been any better than this, right? 6-0 out of the gate. Nick Ritchie on waivers. No thank you. 6-0 for your Buffalo Sabres to start the season. So we're going to have one more game here in October against Toronto. Miro Heiskanen on the block. Really? Why is Dallas getting rid of all their good players? All right, let's end the day. Can we improve to 7-0? Can we win our first 7 games of the season at home against the Maple Leafs? Still without Jack Eichel. No, we lose this one 3-2 in regular time. So Matthews gets on the board first. Olofsson scores. They go up 3-1. Middlestat scores with about a minute and a half left on the power play, but we can't get any closer. And there's Kevin Lankinen. Gets his first start of the year, and it's our first loss of the season. So let's get to the next month. It's all right. I will take a 6-1 October any day of the week. Okay. So Kubalik and Cousins are fine. Lankinen, the top selling jersey on our team, followed by Klingberg, Eichel, Kubalik, and Skinner. Development report, Pekka Luukkonen gets better. Power gets better. Quinn gets better at fighting. Shaw continues to get better. Studnicka with his leadership. Almost a point a game for Jack Studnicka here out of the chute. I'm really interested in... We got Eric Portillo, who's coming along. I'm interested in... what's his name? So Klingberg got worse, Skinner got worse. That's fine. So Luukkonen was named the rookie Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen named the goaltender of the month. 6-0 with a 1.65 and a 9.49 goals against. I am interested in who am I interested in? I am interested in Ryan Johnson. So he's up to 1.5 stars. Yep. So he'll be with us next year. He'll be with us next season, I think. So we are in good shape. Let's take a quick look at the team stats as we finish off the month. So middle stat, 8 points in 7 games. Studnicka 6 and 6. Studnicka, Cousins, Olofsson all with 6 points in 7 games. Kubalik 5, including 3 goals. Klingberg has 5. Shaw with 4. Eichel had 3 goals in 3 games before going out. Looks like we get him back in a couple of weeks though, so that's good. Clefbaum, Yoki Haru. Anybody not performing? Who's been our worst performing forward? It looks like it's been Gergensons and Rustalainen. Who's been our worst performing defenseman? Yoki Haru at a 61. Yeah, Power is. So maybe it's time to give Owen Power a bit of a break and let Goligoski come in. I think that probably makes sense here for a little while. Let's get the veteran in. Let him get some playing time. And from a forward perspective, I think we're fine the way it is. And then goaltenders, we've already looked at this. Luukkonen is just having an amazing start to the season. Lankinen's only started 1 game. And that's where we are through 7 games through the first month of the season. We're 6-1-0. When we come back, it'll probably be December, and then we'll do some December simming and maybe figure out what we need. I think I'll probably play November offline. We will sim December together and figure out what we need from a trade perspective, and then that following episode, which will probably be a week from today, will take us up to the trade deadline. So I think that's the plan here. So when we come back next time, later this week, actually, I think Friday will be the day Tuesday and Friday is the plan for Franchise Hockey Manager. So on Friday, it'll be November 1st, or it'll be December 1st. We will do some simming through December, and we'll call it an episode. So, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support, as always. Like I said, bit shorter episode this time around, as we kind of just want to get the season started here, and I really don't want to. I want to try to avoid making these things an hour and a half long if I can help it. So, if you'd like them to be an hour and a half long, let me know. But this feels right to me. So we'll pause here. We'll pause at the end of November. We'll come back next week. We will do, maybe I'll only sim at a couple of weeks. I don't know.